Hello everybody, this is Robin at Shanti Art Creations. Hopefully this video works well. The lighting isn't so great. It's 4:30 in the afternoon here and it is almost black outside. It's getting close to winter, so I am planning to make 2 Christmas cards using these 2 scraps of scrapbook paper that I have. I'm going to cut them down. I'm going to use, I think, this Seek Him This Christmas sentiment and A Thrill of Hope, because I'm going to make 2 cards, so I think those are the sentiments I'll use. But first I'm just going to bring my little trimmer over, and I need to trim these 2 papers down. I'm trimming these papers to 5 by 3 3/4 inches, and then I am cutting them at 1.5 inches, and then turning and cutting at 2 inches, and then I will just lay them out on the cards kind of roughly where I want them to go. And that's kind of the idea of the card. And then I think I'll put this on it for the Seek Him This Christmas. And for the other one, if I can grab it here, I've got this one. I previously die cut a whole bunch of like sentiment things. This one I'm thinking I might go this way with A Thrill of Hope. So we'll see. But the first thing I will do is stick all of these down using my glue tape runner. I'm not 100% sure if this is going to work well with this type of cardstock or paper material stuff that it is. So if not, I'll use my Barely Art glue. So I've obviously sped this process up because it takes a bit to get everything stuck down. I did try the glue tape runner on that gold material paper and it was pulling up the back of it, so I did switch over to my Barely Art glue. And then as I was laying them on, I'm just kind of lining them up, making sure it's got like even spacing around the outside borders of the card, and then also in between all the little pieces of cardstock, trying to line it up so it's as even as possible. Do that and that, I think. I wonder if this bigger one might look better with the wider spaces here. Yeah, I think I like that better. All right. Now for the sentiments. The last time I used this sentiment, which is going to go on there, it did not stamp well, so I'm actually going to use my MISTI. So let me just grab that. And I have a sticky grid here. So to stamp my sentiment, I'm lining my stamp up and then I'm placing some packaging down just to make sure I have the placement right. And when I'm happy with that, I stamp the sentiment on. Yep, that works for me. And do I want it in gold or do I want it in black? I think we might heat emboss that in gold. So bring those in. Bring in my Wow metallic gold. I think that's what it's called. Metallic Gold Rich Superfine Embossing Powder. Why did it stick so much? I find generally the Wow embossing powder does not stick and you don't need the anti-static. So because there's some random embossing powder that stuck where it wasn't supposed to stick on the sentiment strip there, I'm just using a dry paintbrush to brush it off. And then I will take my Wow embossing tool and heat set that. There, you can see that shine there. That's what I was going for. I just want to take a peek at how I like the gold with that. Yeah, I like the gold sentiment. Wasn't sure if I wanted to do black or gold, But I like that, so I think this one I'm also going to do in gold. So here I am stamping this sentiment with my VersaFine Clair Nocturne ink. And I forgot so quickly with the last one that some of the gold embossing powder stuck, and it stuck on here as well. I'm not sure if I had something on the cardstock that made it stick, but anyways, now it's getting heat embossed. Now after all of that, I can see that tiny little piece of the E missed some embossing powder. But you know what? That'll have to do. I'm going to pop it up on foam tape. I'm just not sure which foam tape yet. So I decided to go with the skinnier foam tape on the skinnier sentiment, which makes sense. And then I went with the wider foam tape on the wider sentiment. The skinnier one is one that I picked up at the dollar store, and the wider one is, I believe it's the Scotch brand. And then I was just taking the release paper off the back and sticking both sentiments down onto the cards. I think those turned out nice. Seek him this Christmas, and a thrill of hope. And I think I will leave the inside blank because those are pretty just the way they are. All right, guys, see you next time.